Okay, this recording is dedicated to showing you how to do events and schedules as part of the series for beginners to WordPress for the UFW project. So first I'm going to do, grab the screen, and you are looking at the website for Pierce County, my home county. I'm going to give you a little tour here, and then we're going to jump over to Clark County to show you how to create an event. So you're looking at the homepage of Pierce County. If you go down, you see there's an events posted to the homepage. Nice, clean format. Focus here is on overwhelmingly foundation board meetings, but you can click in on a foundation board meeting. I said you can click in on a foundation board meeting and find out some of the details and how to register for the board meeting. You can go back. You can also view the entire calendar. And now you'll see some other stuff that is not foundation board meetings. So you have the ability to sort and only present a subset of the events that you want to show in a specific location on the site. And you also, like your personal calendar, can generate a monthly view to look at all of the various meetings that you got scheduled in any month. Now, because of this view, I think most people think of, okay, you create events like you do entering meetings into your calendar, what I'll call kind of a top down, where you click on the date and go. That's not the case of what you do on the website. In the website, you're building it from the bottom up. And I'll show you and piece by piece, and then the system assembles the event schedule for you. So you never do the entry like you do on a personal calendar. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The way we're going to do that is we're now going to jump over to Clark County. As I record this, Clark is bringing up their site. So we've got a nice new empty one. What you're looking at now is the dashboard view, and specifically 2 events. And what you'll notice is they have no events scheduled. So we got a nice clean empty one. We're going to create a couple of events for you here today so that you can follow the same process when in creating your own events. Now, from a foundation perspective, you can decide, there's various policies as to how many events you want to show in your county. Bare minimum, you want to show all foundation board meetings, and I think virtually everybody also wants to show you the top fundraising event for most counties, which is the annual plant sale. So I'm going to do those 2 things because annual plant sale, we're going to use as an example of a one-time event, setting it up, and we can create the venue associated with that. And then I'll come back and show you how to create a recurring series of events, which is the foundation board meetings. It's pretty simple once you know how to do the basics. But so to start, we're gonna do the annual plant sale for Clark County. We're going to add a new event. We'll give the title annual plant sale, if you can spell. Okay. Now the date, one thing, so what you're looking at is a standardized format. However, a new feature on events is I just hit the enter key and you'll notice type / choose a new block. So this has the same Gutenberg editor for the events, where if you want to get fancy and create some new stuff, nicer looking than standard event, you can do that. So I'm going to hit the /, which allows me to come in, and I'm going to say, let's set it up as a 2-column kind of equal. In this first column, I'm going to add an image. So I type in an I for image, and I'm looking for the color image block. Now I can, when I click in that image, just like you're building a page, I know that we hold the annual plant sale in Clark County at the 78th Street Heritage Farm. So I cheated and put in a image picture of that. On the second block, let's call it paragraph. And we'll type in some text to describe the plant sale. Okay. So you've got that. Date coming down next. If you click in the box of the date, plant sale, I'm going to pretend they have the same policy in Clark County that we have here in Pierce, which is it's the last weekend of April. So I'm going to start it April 26th at 8 a.m. is a little bit early for us all here, huh? Yeah. Let's make it 9 a.m. Closing at 5. And we're going to make it a multi-day event. So we have it end on Sunday, the 29th. Excuse me, the 28th. And let's make this end at, we're going to knock off early on Sunday, so it's 3 p.m. All right, so you see you've got quite a bit of flexibility in how to schedule the event. I'm going to publish it. Let's go view it and see what we got here. So we know it's at 78th Street Forum, my beautiful text describing it, and we've got the date, and people can add it to their calendar. This is what Google Calendar, iCalendar, Outlook. So nice functionality there. That's the annual plant sale. Let's go back now to the dashboard and see what we have done. So I showed you the events was empty before. Now we've got an annual plant sale set up. So just like that. All right. However, though I told you that the annual plant sale was at the 78th Street Heritage Farm, in Clark County, they hold multiple events there. And so if you're having multiple events, what you want to do is set up a venue. So now I'm going to go over here, click on venue. There's no venues found. So I'm going to add a new one. And I cheated and wrote some of this stuff down so I don't have to write it all. So it's now the 78th Street Heritage Farm. I will point out now, if you notice here, that's kind of one quirk of the plugin that does the events and venues, where I could use the new modern Gutenberg editor to set up an event. For a venue, this is what's called the old classic editor. So this is from the previous release. Maybe by the time you see this, yours will be upgraded to be able to use a Gutenberg editor here. But if not, you'll be limited with that, but you can still add media. So I'm going to get my picture again and new term inserted into a post. I'm going to add another one. Say we got a little map here and we're going to insert into the post. And again, but you lose, as you can see, some of the layout ability that you have with the modern editor. But I'm going to call it good there. And again, same thing, type in any kind of description you want. Now, next, venue information. For the address, I'm going to copy and paste in so I don't make any typos. In the United States, do we have a postal code? I don't have a postal code here. I'll see if I can get away with it. No website, no that. We're going to show a map. I'm going to see if I can get away with Oh, there's state. Okay, let's publish this and see what we get. We have the Heritage Street Farm. If we view it, you get my pictures that I laid in there. But here's the other thing that it does is the system automatically drops in a Google Map location so that people can find your event. Okay. So we now have a venue called 78th Street Heritage Farm. We can go back to our events, and even though that plant sale, we said it was at the 78th Street Heritage Farm, we have the ability to add or find a venue right here. So if I click on that, you do the slash again, and you find the listing of the 78th Street Heritage Farm. So now I can link that address, that location, that venue to the annual plant sale, and I'm going to update it. Okay. So far we've done a simple standalone and a venue. I'm going to go back now and show you how to add an event, what they call an event series. You can do it one of two ways. You can go in as a series or just as an event, which is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to add a new one. And we're going to call this Foundation Board Meetings. Okay, same deal. You can select now checking it in Clark. It appears that they have them on the second Wednesday at 9 a.m. And let's say they'll end at 11 a.m. Okay. So, but if you're going to do a series, you can now repeat this event, okay? And say it happens monthly, every month on the, and it was smart enough to pick the second Wednesday already, and ends, you can have it go on forever, or you can have it end after, pick your number of events. We'll leave it at 10 for right now, okay? So we're done. We're going to publish this event, and this event I'm going to assume is Zoom, so I did put no venue on this one. I'm going to publish, and again in my description I could have put in the Zoom link if I wanted there. All right, so now let's go back, and so now we have not listed. Let me try and refresh this, see if it came up. There we go. So now we've got, again, a typical minimal install of an annual plant sale that, if you look across now, is just a standalone. But you have a foundation board meeting that has this little thing showing that it recurs. And so it's not listing it once, it's only listing it once, but it's smart enough to know what the rules are, and it publishes it multiple times to keep it clean. All right. Now, when I talked about presenting, we saw the Pierce County one, I talked about that you can have multiple different kinds of events, and then you decide what you present on what page. So let's go look at Clark County's homepage. And Clark County has built into its homepage and says there are no upcoming events. Why is that? The reason is because we haven't provided this yet with enough information to automatically fill it in for us. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the events section, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a category. In the name, we're going to have one category for annual plant sale, just call it plant sales, because we might have more than one. Okay. And we're going to add that as a new category. So now we have plant sales. And the second category is foundation board meetings. Same thing, add that category, easy. Now let's go back to our events. And we're going to do a quick edit on the annual plant sale. We're going to add the category to it called plant sales. And to board meetings, we're going to do a quick edit and add the category called foundation board meetings. We're going to update that. So now you can see that there are event categories populated around that. And that gives you the tag for you to now go back to the home page. And we're going to edit this guy to show you those meetings. Okay. So from the home page, I'm now going to edit the page accessing this way. And if you remember to use our handy stair stepper tool, it's kind of important here, because when we get down into here, where there are no, you need to know where you're at. Now, just for completeness, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this and say I have a, it's gone, I just got a complete page, right? So what I want to do is I got my plus thing, I'm going to add, and when we're adding is a thing called events list. There it is. And it dumps an events list in there. Lo and behold, new, we've got all of our foundation board meetings from 9 to 11. I'm going to update this because I want to give you one other look at the thing. So let's go view the page and see what we've done. On the page now, we've added in all the foundation board meetings. We can go and view the calendar, and you'll see all the foundation board meetings and at the end, the annual plant sale, because it doesn't happen again until next year. When you go to the annual plant sale, if you click on that, you get your venue information and how to go. All good. Same thing, you go, when you go back, and where am I? Let's go back. Oh, go to your list month. And again, we're pretty light here because we've only got one board meeting a month. But if you scroll ahead through and go into August, you'll find your monthly board meeting. So all good stuff. I just wanted to show you one last thing before signing off. Let's go back to that home page, if I can find it, Clark County Home. Now on this, it automatically, we have only got 2 different categories, and it's presenting them all. You have cases where you might want to say, I want to exclude something from that category. To do that, you edit the page, go down into this thing and click on it. And if you're going to edit the events list, you can do what's called adding a filter. And the filter contains the categories that you just created. So we created foundation board meetings and plant sales. So I had it before where it presented anything. Now I can make the decision that if I want on the homepage only the foundation board meetings and not the plant sales, I just create that as a filter. That's no fun though. Let's go back. Got myself in trouble here. I'm gonna leave the page. I'm gonna come back. Let's pretend that we only want to show the plant sale on this page. So let's edit this page. Let's go down, click in the box. And the taxonomy term now, we're going to say, look, we only want to show the annual plant sale on this thing. So when you update, view the page, lo and behold, only thing you've got there is the plant sale. Now, I don't think you want to exclude your foundation board meetings from the events, but you could, and that's how you do it. Okay. That is it. Quick summary, walk you through how to set up a simple one-time occurring event followed by a venue, and then went back and showed recurring, and lastly showed you how to edit the events list so that on, for example, the homepage, you show only a annual plant sale, but you may make the choice at board meetings. At the board meetings, you want to show board meetings on this page. You have that kind of flexibility that in various places throughout the site, you have just one master calendar, but you have multiple views into that calendar so that you can make the events relevant to the page. That's it. Thank you all. Talk to you again.